Okay, this is a video showing how to replace your controller in your Eco Pro Power Pack. So step one is to turn off the power pack. And then what you want to do is lift the flap all the way around so you can access the zip. Open the bag. Put open. And then what you immediately want to do is turn off the battery at the main switch, which is just here. You can hear it click off, so it's on the right position. And then you want to take all of the parts out so you can access the controller, which is just here. So the best way to do it is probably just to push from the bottom like this. And then you can grab the battery assembly, slowly pull it out. And now that's separated, you're going to want to disconnect every connector that the controller is attached to, just one by one. So I'll just do that now. These waterproof connectors are a little bit stiff, so you might want to give it a bit of a pull. There you go. Finally, the battery. Okay, and then there'll probably be two pieces of tape that hold the controller to the battery, so you want to undo that. Push it from this side, might be a bit easier. Once that's off, there you go. So that controller is now removed, and you can take your new controller and you can assemble it back, just in reverse. So I'm going to use the old controller just for this demonstration, but they should be identical. What you're going to do is put it on like so, in the same position. This thermal pad should be left on the metal plate, but if it's not and it's stuck to your old controller, don't worry about it. It will still work without it. So there you go. Let's attach that on. Put the tape back on. The tape, if you lose the tape or it comes unstuck, you can use like PVC tape or sellotape to keep it assembled. It's just to keep it assembled whilst you're putting it in the bag. And then the connectors are color coded, so you should be able to find all of the right connectors for each one. And there's a specific orientation for each one, as you can see. There you go. Just put it down here. And the battery connector, when you're connecting this on, you have to make sure that the battery is off. You don't want to connect it when it's turned on. There you go. Push it all the way to the end. There you go. And then give the cable a little bit of a push so that it's not pulling on the connector, trying to pull it out. Okay, that's all of those. The next step is I'm going to assemble the battery assembly back into the bag, and then we'll do the final connections at the end. So the first step is you want to take the three wires that are inside the bag and you'll hold them in this position here, just kind of out of the way so they don't get trapped and stuck and pushed back into the bag. So you hold them in your hand, and then you grab the battery assembly, and then you want to just assemble it back into the bag like that. It's a little bit tricky, but eventually you'll be able to slot into place. And then you want to connect these three connections to these three here, which you do like so. Firstly, the motor phase, then the hall sensors, and then the data sensors, which is a black connector. There you go. And then you want to tuck them out of the way so they should fit in between the battery and the edge of the bag, like so. Push them in. There you go. Cool. And then the last thing that's left to do is to connect the display. So this wire wants to go underneath most of these other wires. There you go, put it this way, so that it can stay out of the way. I'm going to connect the display onto it. There you go. And then there's a little wire feature that holds it in place. Just push it through there underneath the switch. There you go, so now it's out of the way. And then this display then is assembled into a display holder like that. You can push the wire into its place. There you go. So the final thing left is to close the bag. What you want to do is, it's a bit of a tight fit, so you want to pull it over the edge and start moving the zip across a little bit, and it should catch over like that. And now this final bit is a little bit tricky, but you can use a shoehorn or like a blunt butter knife or something flat, like a ruler, to just get it over the edge. Like this. There you go. You can pull it out now. Then that should zip up. And then you can close that. One thing I forgot to do was to turn on the battery. You could have turned on the battery whilst it was all connected but not assembled, but I'm going to do that right now through the bag. There you go. That should turn on just like normal. And then you just check the functions all work. Turn on the light. The light's connected and it's working. And then just put it on your system and then check it's all working okay.